talk bill, we talk streets, we talk money. King Mr. TV.
All right, man, let's get into it. It's your boy King Mr. Man, and y'all know we back with another one. And like I said, we talk real, we talk streets, and we talk money. So now it's time to get into the money part, man. We're gonna watch this video right here talking about how being rich is low-key like a scam. It's an illusion, is what he said. So let's see what they got to say about that.
You make $200,000 a year. Imagine waking up every morning knowing you make $200,000 a year. That is almost $4,000 a week. It feels like a lot of money. You drive a brand new BMW to work.
Wait a minute, before we go any further, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And if you got something to smoke, man, smoking. And if you got something in your cup, hold that shit up. You see I got my Browns cup, man. You already know what's going on.
You live in a beautiful 4-bedroom house in the nice part of town. You eat out whenever you want. To your friends, your family, and even to yourself, you look rich. But then, one night, your car breaks down. The repair bill is $2,000.
Do y'all homework on niggas always trying to look rich? Do y'all homework on niggas always trying to look rich? That right there be the problem. That right there is the first problem. Niggas always trying to look rich.
You go to pay it, and your card is declined. You check your bank account, you have less than $1,000 in savings. You realize with a cold sweat that despite earning in the top 5% of the country, you are one missed paycheck away from total disaster.
Damn.
You are not rich. You are just a highly paid conduit for money to flow from your employer to your creditors. This is the illusion of wealth, and it is the single biggest trap for high earners in 2026. We have been conditioned to believe that income
It be like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them credit cards, man. Make sure y'all be careful with them credit cards. Them credit cards that get you all jammed up.
equals wealth, but income is just the speed at which you run. Wealth is the distance you have covered. And right now, millions of rich people are sprinting at full speed on a treadmill, sweating, stressed, and getting absolutely nowhere. My name is Bobby, and I spent way too much time dissecting the financial statements of the high earner, not rich yet demographic to understand why so many six-figure professionals are secretly broke. If you are someone who makes good money but feels like it disappears before you can even touch it, or if you are tired of pretending to be wealthy while your net worth stagnates, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we are going to break the illusion. We are going to separate cash flow from net worth. We are going to look at the silent killers, taxes, lifestyle creep, and depreciating assets.
Real talk though, I know that, it is a difference for real between how much money you actually got in your net worth. You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes when we be looking up people, y'all be looking up them celebrities and shit, see what their net worth is, and you be like, damn, this motherfucker broke. Or damn, this motherfucker got way more money than what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Because when they calculate net worth, they calculating potential earnings. They calculating what a motherfucker own. They calculating what the potential that the stuff that they earn is going to grow in value over time and shit like that. Like, they calculate more than just how much money they got in their bank account.
That eat your salary alive, and I am going to show you how to stop acting rich so you can finally become rich. Here's the thing about a high salary. It is a drug. It gives you a false sense of invincibility. When you see $10,000 hit your account every 2 weeks, your brain tells you that the stream will never end. You start to budget based on the assumption of infinite continuity. You sign leases, you take out loans, you commit to subscriptions. You build a lifestyle infrastructure that requires every single dollar of that salary just to maintain structural integrity. This is the golden handcuffs effect. You might hate your job, but you cannot quit because your burn rate is too high. You have built a machine that consumes $200,000 a year just to idle. That is not freedom. That is indentured servitude with better upholstery. Let us dig into the hidden profit killers, starting with the government. We tend to think about our gross income. I make 200K, but you don't. The moment you hit that tax bracket, the government becomes your senior partner. Between federal income tax, state income tax, FICA, and local taxes, a high earner in a state like California
That
or New
200
York
come
might lose
130 real quick.
40% or more of their paycheck before it even hits the bank. So your 200K is actually 120K.
120.
That's 10,000 a month. Still good, right? But then comes the lifestyle tax. You feel pressure to live in a neighborhood commensurate with your status. That's a $4,000 mortgage. Now you have $6,000 left. You need 2 nice cars for the commute. That's $1,500. Now you have $4,500 left. Add in student loans, childcare, insurance.
Wait a minute though. Why you need 2 cars? I don't need 2 cars, bro. Cut it out right there. I don't need 2 cars. So I'm gonna have that money in the pocket, you dig? I ain't gonna be having 2 cars unless I got a bitch. You know what I'm talking about? And if I got a bitch, she better be bringing in some cash too. You feel what I'm saying? What I need 2 cars for? Now you just doing too much. If y'all out here, hey look, if y'all out here, y'all got 2 cars and you got 1 job, your ass need to calm the fuck down. You doing too much. Do your homework on doing too much.
Insurance, and the convenience costs of being a busy professional, DoorDash, cleaners, and suddenly you're running a deficit. The math is brutal. The optics of success are incredibly expensive. You are paying a premium to signal to the world that you are successful, and that signal is costing you your actual success.
For sure.
Now, let's visualize this on the whiteboard of financial reality. Imagine 2 columns. Column A is gross income. It's a tall, impressive bar. Column B is net worth increase. For most high earners, this bar is almost invisible. It's a sliver. Why? Because they are buying depreciating assets. A car is not an asset. It is a liability that loses value every day. A boat is a hole in the water you throw money into. Even a large primary residence, while technically an asset, is a cash flow negative asset. It eats money for taxes, maintenance, and heating. It doesn't put food on the table. Real wealth comes from appreciating assets, stocks, rental properties, businesses, things that grow without you feeding them. If your salary is going into column A, income,
Do your homework on get you some assets. Do your homework on getting you some assets.
and immediately flowing out to buy things that go down in value, you are not building wealth. You are just processing transactions. You are a high-volume merchant of your own poverty. This brings us to the psychological trap of lifestyle creep. This is the most insidious force in personal finance. It is the phenomenon where your spending rises in lockstep with your income. You get a raise, you get a better apartment. You get a bonus, you get a better watch. You never allow a gap to form between your income and your expenses.
Right.
That gap is where wealth lives. That gap is your profit margin. If a business had revenue of $10 million and expenses of $10 million, we would say it's a bad business. It has 0 profit.
Right.
Yet we run our lives this way. We aim to spend exactly what we make.
And for real, most of us actually be spending more than what we make. You know what I'm saying? Like them subscriptions, that credit card bill, that should be adding up. Them relationships that you be having in your life. Hey man, that shit start to add up after a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then they start to actually put you in the negative for real.
Treat a 0 balance as a win. I paid all my bills. That's the bare minimum. That's survival. Wealth requires a surplus. It requires you to artificially suppress your lifestyle
Always
below
on the
your
up and
means.
up.
It
To be
requires you
always
to
on the
look at
up
your
and
bank
up.
account and say, I could buy the Tesla, but I will buy the Toyota and invest the difference. Now, you might be thinking, but Bobby, I work hard. I deserve nice things. What's the point of making money if I can't enjoy it? And I agree, you do deserve nice things, but you also deserve freedom. You deserve the ability to walk away from a toxic boss. You deserve the ability to sleep at night without worrying about layoffs. The problem is that we confuse spending with happiness. We get a dopamine hit from the purchase, but it fades. The stress of the debt lasts forever. The hedonic treadmill ensures that the new car feels normal in 3 weeks. You are chasing a ghost. True happiness in finance comes from optionality. It comes from knowing you have 5 years of expenses in the bank. That feeling of safety is a luxury that no car can match. It's a quiet, profound confidence that changes how you walk through the world. So, how do we pivot? How do we build real wealth instead of just high income? It starts with the audit. You need to stop tracking your salary and start tracking your net worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Net worth equals assets minus liabilities. That is the only score that matters. If you make $1 million a year but spend
Do y'all homework on net worth minus liabilities? Do y'all homework on net worth minus liabilities? What'd he say?
minus liabilities. That is the only score. And start tracking your net worth. Net worth equals assets minus liabilities. That is the only score that matters. If you make $1 million a year but spend $1,000,001, your net worth is dropping. You're getting poorer. If you make $50,000 and save $10,000, your net worth is rising. You are getting richer. You need to log into a tool like Mint or just use a spreadsheet and calculate your number. It might be negative. That's okay. Face the reality. Stare at the monster. Once you see the number, you can fight it. The next step is automated scarcity. You have to hide the money from yourself. If the money hits your checking account, you'll spend it. It's human nature. You need to set up automatic transfers that sweep 30 or 40% of your paycheck.
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that I be doing. I pay myself the same way you pay these other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know how you got that rent to pay. You know you got that car note to pay. You know you got them bills to pay, right? And you make sure you get that money to pay them people, right? Pay yourself the same way. That's one thing that I do. You know what I'm saying? Especially after I done just dropped 300, 400 on some bullshit that I didn't get to see or touch. Come on, man. Drop that 300 in your bank account on yourself so that you can go back and be like, at least I got that. You know what I'm saying? Sitting up here with nothing is crazy.
Check into investment accounts the day you get paid. Treat your savings like a bill. Treat it like a tax. The money is gone. You have to live on what's left.
Right.
This forces you to adapt your lifestyle to a smaller number. You'll be amazed at how quickly you get used to living on less. You'll find efficiencies. You'll stop buying the dumb stuff. Constraints breed creativity. When you have unlimited cash flow, you are lazy with your spending. When you artificially restrict your cash flow, you become a sniper. Let's look at the asset allocation strategy. High earners often make the mistake of thinking they're too smart for index funds. They buy individual stocks or crypto or get involved in complex private equity deals they don't understand. They chase alpha because they think their high IQ translates to investing skill. Usually, it doesn't. The most boring, effective path to wealth is the total market approach. Buy the S&P 500, buy the total world stock market. Keep your fees low. Let the compound interest do the heavy lifting. You don't need to hit a home run. You just need to stop striking out. Your high income is the shovel. The index fund is the hole. If you have a massive shovel, high salary, you don't need a fancy hole. You just need to keep digging. Consistency beats intensity. This also means avoiding bad debt like the plague. If you have credit card debt while making 6 figures, that's a financial emergency. That's a hair on fire situation.
Hey man,
You are paying 25.
Get them credit card bills paid off. We all need to do that. I need to do that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying that shit just to say it. We all need to get them credit card bills paid off for sure. We need to start there, make that one of our top priorities. Is to get them credit card bills paid off in 2026.
5% interest with post-tax dollars. You have to earn 40% just to break even. Kill the debt. Sell the car if you have to. Downsize the house. Do whatever it takes to stop the bleeding. You cannot fill a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. Fix the hole first. Finally, we need to
God.
redefine success.
That motherfucker be
Society tells you
leaky.
success is the corner office and the Rolex.
motherfucker be
I'm
leaky.
telling you, success is time sovereignty. It is the ability to control your calendar. The person making 200K who has to answer emails at 10 p.m. on a Sunday is not successful. They are a well-paid prisoner. The person making 80K who clocks out at 5 p.m. and spends the evening with their kids debt-free is free. You have to decide which game you are playing. Are you playing the status game or the freedom game? You cannot win both.
Oh,
The
God.
status game requires you to burn your capital. The freedom game requires you to keep it.
The illusion of wealth is seductive because it feels good in the short term. It feels good to be the rich friend. It feels good to pick up the tab. But that feeling is a drug that wears off, leaving you with a hangover of anxiety. Real wealth is boring. It is invisible. It is numbers on a screen that grows slowly over decades. It is the peace of mind of knowing that if the world ends tomorrow, you are fine. So, here is your call to action. Stop looking at your pay stub. It is a vanity metric. Look at your net worth statement. If it is flat, you are failing, no matter how big your salary is. Change the flow. Divert the
Hey, you heard that shit, man. Change the flow. So basically, a breakdown of that shit is, man, we need to change our spending habits, and we need to increase our saving habits on God and our investing and shit like that. We need to make sure that we is taking that money, putting that money away, stacking that money, using that money to make more money. I know it sounds simple. I know it sounds cliche, but that's what you have to do. If you want this money to grow and you want to be wealthy and not just out here looking rich, then that's what you have to do. Yeah, we made them mistakes. We got them leases. We got them motherfucking. Hey, I hope y'all ain't did that, but motherfuckers out here, you got that shit on that Affirm and that Klarna and that all that other shit. Hey, pay that shit off. Pay them people back. Stack your bread. Get from under that. Get you some freedom. You know what I'm talking about? Get you some freedom. Own your shit. And stack this bread. Stack this bread, man. That's that on that, man. We talk real. We talk streets. We talk money. It's your boy King Mr. Man, and we out.